What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just Des TV. Thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and let's get on to this review. So this review, I know I said I'm not gonna do another review of Bold and Bougie, but when I watched the episode, I was like, all right, there's some things that I want to talk about. There's some things that I want to share with you guys. And so I decided to do this review of episode 2. So we start off with they still at the party. Tamika has left the building. She exited stage left, and they talking about the issue and talking about her and stuff like that after she left. So Crystal says she wants the women to unite and have a sisterhood, to don't judge her before you get to know her. And she's glad that Tamika left, so now she could twerk and turn up. They did glad that the old lady left. I said they didn't say that, but it's implied. We're going to leave it at that, child. We're going to leave it at that. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think, because I think that's how it is. Watching the whole scene play out. So they, after that, they partied. They they twerked it out. They had a great time. So yeah, I was like, okay. So then we cut to a scene with Tamika, and she is having a talk with her sons. She's doing book signings, and we learn that she is working on like some law or legislation being passed regarding her and Usher's son Kyle, because as we all know that one of her sons is no longer with us, and it's because they had an incident at Lake Lanier. We come to find out the reason why he had an incident at Lake Lanier is because he was riding on a tube, one of those little water tubes, and he got hit by a jet ski. He was in he was under ICU for, I think, for 2 weeks, she said, or something like that. He was hooked up to the machine for 2 weeks, and then he ultimately ended up no longer being with us. And it sucks, it's sad. I remember when they were covering it, I was just like, oh man, that really hurts, because that baby was a baby. So I don't I don't understand how women could, it would be so tough for me. I'll say that. It would be really, really tough for me. So the legislation is called the Kyle Glover Voter Registration Act. She's trying to get some laws passed at Lake Lanier. Either signs put up, buoys put up, something put up, or them to dredge the lake and redo the lake all over again. But I don't know if you guys know the history about Lake Lanier. I initially didn't know the history about Lake Lanier, and then one of my ex-friends, she had her party at Lake Lanier, and the craziest thing happened. I didn't find out about Lake Lanier until after that party. Now I'm in the water. I already felt leery about getting in the water. I had my life vest on and all of that stuff, and I would not let go. For some reason, I would not let go of the boat. I was holding on to the even though I could swim, I never let go of the boat. For some reason, I just kept getting this eerie feeling not to let go of the boat, to stay close to the boat, not to go out in the water, blah, 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 even though I can swim. But I held on to that daggone ladder on that boat and did not let go. I was not trying to let go. And then the second time we went after that, I didn't get in the water at all. I didn't get in the water at all, because I was just like, nah, I'm good up here. But anyway, if you don't know the history of Lake Lanier, where Lake Lanier is located at in Georgia, it was a slave town. And things happened back in the day. They killed off all the slaves, and then they they killed them off by flooding the town. Like you know how that how it happened in Louisiana, that how it's a dome and all the water came in. Pretty much the same thing. They covered it up with water, and that is what we call today Lake Lanier. So it's a myth going on around that there is spirits that still haunt the lake or whatever. And because every year there's so many incidents that happen at Lake Lanier, it's just ridiculous. Me personally, I don't think I would go back. But yeah, that's what's happening, if you don't know. And you can still look it up. The history is still there. I looked it up after I had came back and found out, and I had found out from one of my coworkers. She was like, "Oh my gosh, what you doing going here?" And I was just like, "Girl, I didn't know. If I would have known that, I would have never went. I promise you, I would have never went." I'm not superstitious, but things like that make me leery and scared and nervous. Because I promise y'all, no lie, something kept telling me, "Do not let go of this boat. Do not let go of this boat. Do not let go of this boat." And I did not. No matter how much they was pushing me to get in the water and saying, "Oh, you can swim, you got a life vest," I didn't care. I was not getting in that water and letting go of that daggone boat. Anyway, let's move on. So we get to a scene with Princess and Malaysia. And to be honest with y'all, I like Dr. Princess. I promise you I do. For some reason, I like everything about her. I like that she is straightforward, no cookie cutting, no nothing. I like that she tell it how it is. She gonna say what's on her mind. I really like that about her. I feel like people need more people like that in their life. Even we won't know how shady she is until we watch a little bit further. But right now, what I'm saying, I like. So Malaysia says that she wants to have a Clatchet tea party. Classy and ratchet. I don't know what that means, but when I get to the scene, I was just like, I don't even understand what's going on here. But Clatchet, ratchet, tea party, whatever. So the women can uplift, no degrading, and down in one another. That's what she wants the theme of the party to be. That's what she wants, not the theme of the party to be, but that's what she wants the party to pretty much represent. Remember those statements. Uplift, no downgrade, no degrading, and no down talking to one another. Let's see how far that goes. So, yeah. So she wants to give Crystal a chance to get to know. She wants to give the other girls a chance to get to know Crystal for Crystal, and not just as Neil's baby mother or whatever the situation that is surrounding them. So she invites her to help with the party. She said, "I'll give out the games at the door or the prizes at the door, and you do the game themes," right? So then we cut to a scene with Clatchet and Crystal. They meet up to discuss the pool party, the incident at the pool party, everything that happened with Tamika, how she feels about Tamika, blah 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 blah, whatever. And then they discuss the Clatchet tea party. Right? So Clatchet says she doesn't know what kind of frenemies Malaysia and Crystal are, and but she is hoping that the tea party gets turned up, and she was the one that was bringing the turn up. But I mean, messy old bitches, messy old broads. That's what it is. Messy old broads. It is what it is. I'm gonna say it. So the Clatchet meets up with somebody named Kayla that she knew for a while because she's opening up a tapas bar. And we find out that Clatchet is having issues with her children. Her oldest daughter, she had an issue with her oldest daughter, and she hasn't spoken to her, so she's not allowed to see her grandkids. And then her oldest son went to one of her breakfast bars and was acting a fool and do, all the things that entitled kids do. We all have them. So we find out also that Clatchet had gone to jail when her kids was 1 and 2. And, because she was in the life with, the hustlers and, the dealers and all of that stuff. So she was in the life, so she went to jail. And it kind of affected her kids. It affected her kids because they were so young, growing up without a mother. For a little bit of time. She didn't say how much time I think she said 2 years. I can't remember, but it's still, that time still impacts, your kids. But, it's the typical story, the Gen X, I don't even know what generation that is. I think it's Gen X, but don't get me to quoting, because we're not baby boomers. So whatever's between baby boomers and Gen Z or whatever, I don't know. I think it's Gen X. It's just like any other parent that was born in that era. We were pretty much latchkey kids. We had to do what we needed to do. Our parents was working. We was taking care of ourselves, and fending for ourselves, and even cooking for ourselves. And we was pretty much raising ourselves at that age, because our parents was out working and trying to make money to make sure that we was okay. And in turn, it affected our children, because we wanted our children to not want for anything. So we overcompensated, including myself. We overcompensated for the things that we missed out on as kids. So we didn't want them to miss out on these things as well. So we kind of overcompensated. And in turn, we all ended up with these entitled, spoiled children. And this is across the board. Anybody my age will say, and they have children, they'll say the same thing. These kids are entitled. They think they know everything. And it is what it is. And I just, so I'll say this. Um, if I have any Gen Zs and millennials watching this this review, we just didn't want y'all to suffer like we had suffered. We didn't want y'all to miss out on the things that we missed out on as children. Even though we played outside and we had a good time as kids, there was things that we had to compensate with y'all that we missed out on. So that's why we did what we did. So I feel like it's tough raising children, and I feel like y'all should give a little. Just give a little, because eventually you'll be a parent and then you'll understand where we came from. But I just want to say that across the board. And I mean, take it how you want to take it. You guys drop down in the comments and let me know if you fall into this age range and you have experienced this with children, if you have children, or nieces and nephews for that matter, anything. So then we cut to a scene with Malaysia and Crystal, and they discuss the Clatchet party. But it's you know what strikes me as odd here, and it's really funny that these ladies keep saying that they don't want to fight and they want a sisterhood. But they come with the messy questions all the time. They come with the drama all the time with these questions, whether it be when they're all in a setting in one or separately, they still come with the mess. So I don't understand how you could say you want a sisterhood, but yet you come and stir in the pot. You can't have both. You really can't have both. I'll say that. And this is including Malaysia, because Malaysia asked the messy question at the tea party. But Clatchet definitely was the only one that was telling the truth, because she said she wanted it to be turned up, and she definitely came to turn it up. So she was the only one, and she stuck with it, and I'm here for it. But I'm just like, okay. Then we find out within this conversation with Malaysia and Crystal that Crystal actually speaks to Mo. And it's kind of odd to me that you had all of this stuff to say to her in the beginning, in the first episode, but you have conversations with this lady. That is odd to me, that you acted like you didn't know her. You don't have no dealings with her. But then we come to find out that you speak to her on the phone. So which one is it, ma'am? Are you doing this just for the show? Or you actually speak to her? You actually have some type of relationship with her because of the children? Like, let me know what's going on, because you tried to clean it up in that scene, talking about, oh, you don't really speak to her because you tried to distance yourself from what's happening or what's going on, but you still speak to her. And you kind of initially made us believe that you don't have no dealings with her. So I'm confused. I'm confused. Drop down in the comments and let me know if y'all caught that, because I feel like I'm confused and y'all are leading me astray with this. Anyway, so Clatchet has a conversation with her oldest daughter, and they were able to kind of like squash the beef or the misunderstanding and get to some sort of medium with their issues. Clatchet explained to her, you know, she was in survival mode, and you know, at the time, she felt like she wasn't. The kids felt like that she wasn't there for them with their games and stuff like that. And I'm just like, but she's working and she's trying to make a living. She's trying to make a name for herself. She's trying to make sure that you guys don't want for nothing. That's what you guys miss out on. We as parents, parents try to make sure that the kids don't want for nothing, and you're gonna be in that same boat eventually. And I'm sure the reason why this girl has having a come to Jesus moment is because she has children of her own. That's the reason why. Because if she didn't have children of her own, I don't think she would have seen eye to eye with her mother. But she understands because she has children of her own. But that's their own issue. Yeah. The daughter brings up, she just makes this outlandish statement about, oh, you can't take the money with you. And I'm just like, that conversation kind of felt like it was poorly edited, because that was just a statement. Like, it's a good statement, not say that, I think that's why they left it in, but I feel like it needed more context. And whoever edited that scene kind of edited the context out, because it was just like she just said that out of nowhere, like she pulled that out of her butt. And I feel like y'all have an editing problem. But I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Child, when she fell down them daggone stairs, I was on the floor. I was laughing my butt off. And then y'all know that y'all could edit that out, but y'all didn't. Y'all chose to leave that scene in on purpose, because y'all thought it was funny, just as funny as I did. But y'all could have edited that out. Y'all know it. Y'all was being messy. See? Messy. Okay, so we get to the Clatchet tea party. And I was a little bit lost with the outfits, Tell me if y'all was lost with the outfits. I was lost with the outfits. I didn't know what was happening here. I didn't know what was going on. I don't think they had a theme, but I think they should have discussed the theme, because they was giving church vibes, like Sunday church with them hats. They was giving stripper club vibes with them leather outfits and the gloves and the stuff like that. And then they was giving like 60 dance. That outfit that Gaucher had on, I was just like, that's something out of the 40s or the 50s. Child, I didn't know what was happening. I was lost. And I was just like, y'all should discuss all red, like Malaysia had on. She looked like one of the girls from, what's that show? That little teen show? Mean Girls, or whatever the heck that name is, with I can't remember. I'm gonna see if I can find it and I'm gonna post it. But she looked like that. Anyway, I was lost. They was discussing everything that is going on, and I came to the conclusion that Gaucher does not like Tamika at all. I don't know what their issue is. I don't know if they have past beef or something like that, but Gaucher does not like Tamika. I don't care how much she put on the front and try to act like she's this nice girl, whatever the case may be, is she has underlying problems with that girl, Tamika, that she's not discussing, or that they're editing out, leaving out something. And I'm going to tell y'all why when we get to it. They play a game called Spill the Tea, Crystal's idea. The questions, they want to write on pieces of paper questions about misconceptions that are circulating in the world, so that people in social media have misconceptions about them that are not true, falsehoods. And I was just like, oh, it's given snooze. Boring. Either the editing was boring, or the questions was boring, and how the answers was boring. Something about it was boring. That whole scene was boring. I was like, we didn't need this. We didn't need the game. Like, none of that stuff. They could have just continued to have a conversation and said what they wanted to say. I don't know, but y'all drop down in the comments and let me know. I don't know. So Gaucher comes with the drama. She is getting at Princess because she said that she doesn't know what she does. She wants to know what Princess does. So that kind of gives Princess anxiety, because she don't like to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't care. We don't care. Trust me, we don't care. And then she keeps taking shots at Tamika, saying slick stuff at Tamika. And I'm just like, she don't like you, Tamika. She don't like you. She keeps harping on this pool and the party issues and Tamika's attitude. And I'm just like, I didn't really get an attitude from Tamika. Maybe it's just me and I'm looking at it through the wrong lens. Maybe it's just me. It could possibly be me, but I didn't get an attitude from Tamika. I just felt like she said what she needed to say. She let this girl know that she was her friend, and they could move on from there. Even at the table, Crystal and them was like, they forgive Tamika. So I didn't know what the big deal is that she kept harping on that issue. But I'm telling you, she's harping on the issue because she don't like Tamika. She don't like Tamika. She has an underlying issue with Tamika, and nobody knows what it is. It'll come out later in the seasons. It'll come out later in the seasons, but right now I don't know what it is. But I could tell she has an underlying issue with Tamika. I don't know, unless they are not showing us some things. I can't put my finger on it. I really can't put my finger on it, and I don't understand what the problem is. But eventually it'll come out. So Gaucher asks her what happened with Usher, why they got divorced, how they get together, and stuff like that. What happened? And the crazy thing is, Tamika's like, she don't know. I like the way she handled it. She was just like, she don't know what happened, and and that's because she don't want to discuss it. And she has every right to say that. She handled that very well. But then Gaucher gets into the confessionals and pulls out this girl's memoir, her book. She pulls out her book, and then she reads that, the girl thought that she had he had an affair with one of the bridesmaids. And I'm just like, you're messy. Because for you to get in the confessionals with that book, that means you came prepared, that you had already known that this was what. Or I think they filmed the confessionals after they filmed the season. I'm not 100% sure. Either way it goes, you're still messy. It is what it is. I said what I said. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel. It could be me. Like I said, I always say that. It could be me, and I could be interpreting it wrong, but y'all drop that in the comments and let me know. I don't know. Let me know. So then they start asking Crystal all kind of questions, talking about was she in Usher's DMs? Did she sleep with Usher, Malaysia, and Gaucher? Messy. Why would you even bring it up? Even Crystal in her confessionals was like, Malaysia was being messy for asking me if I was in Usher's DMs, and she felt rude. She felt that it was rude. It was. How you starting the mess? And you talk about you want a sisterhood. This is what I'm talking about. They all saying they want a sisterhood, but yet they taking really low blows at each other. It's weird to me. How y'all want a sisterhood and you don't want to fight and you don't want to this and that, but Malaysia, for you to say you don't want these girls to be fighting and you want a sisterhood, you're the one who said was she in his DMs. Because you're trying to get down to the bottom of what? There's nothing there. Unless they're not showing us something, I don't see anything there. But it is what it is. Child, and it goes off with them asking those weird questions. And I just feel like they're a bunch of messy old heifers. Y'all are in y'all 40s. Why are y'all acting like y'all in y'all 20s? Why can't if Clatchet got an issue with Tamika and whatever happened at the Christmas party, child, that goes to show you. Whatever happened at the pool party, then you as a woman should pull this older woman to the side as well. I shouldn't have said older woman, but you should pull this woman to the side and have a conversation with her. Be like, listen, I invited you to my pool party to get to know the girls. I thought that, I didn't like your approach, the way you handled Crystal. Then you can have that conversation with her separately, woman to woman. You don't have to keep taking little shots like you 5 years old. Y'all all in y'all 40s. Even if you lie about your age, reality is you still in your 40s. Have this conversation with this woman separately from the others. Let her know how y'all feel. If y'all really talking about resolving issues, that's how you resolve an issue as an adult. But I don't know. Y'all drop that in the comments to let me know. I could be wrong. I might be looking through rose-colored lens. It might be me. So y'all let me know if it's me. I don't know. But again, I'm going to reiterate. I don't know if I'm going to watch the next episode. I might want to watch the next episode because I want to see them argue, Clatchet and Tamika. But that's the only reason why I'm going to watch it. Because I'm messy. I could admit that, though. I want to see the argument. Because Tamika be reading people down, child. She done read Funky for dear life, child. She done read him, classically read him down to the point where he had to give her kudos. He had to give her kudos. But that's something to discuss in a whole nother video. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you've gotten to this point, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. You know that I try.